Matthew chapter 14, beginning to read at verse 13. As soon as Jesus heard the news of John the Baptist's death, he went off by himself in a boat to a remote area to be alone. But the crowd saw where he was headed and followed by land from many villages. So when Jesus came out of the wilderness, a vast crowd was waiting for him, and he pitied them and healed their sick. That evening the disciples came to him and said, "It's already past time for supper, and there is nothing to eat here in the desert. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy some food." But Jesus replied, "That isn't necessary. You feed them." "What?" they exclaimed. "We've exactly 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. Bring them here," he said. Then he told the people to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, looked up into the sky, and asked God's blessing on the meal. Then broke the loaves apart and gave them to the disciples to place before the people. And everyone ate until full. When the scraps were picked up afterwards, there were 12 basketfuls left over. About 5,000 men were there in the crowd that day, besides all the women and children. Immediately after this, Jesus told his disciples to get into their boat and cross to the other side of the lake, while he stayed to get the people started home. Then afterwards, he went up into the hills to pray.